Then verse number 127. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Yat pashyati swayam sarvam
पश्यति स्वयं सर्वं
yam na pashyati kaschana
यं न पश्यति कश्चन
yaschetayati buddhyadi
यश्चेति बुद्ध्याति
na tatyam chetayatyayam
अतत्यं चेतयत्ययम्
yam pashyati swayam sarvam. ये आत्म वस्तु वो है जो कि सबको देखता है। यम न पश्यति कश्चन, लेकिन कोई भी उसको नहीं देख सकता। Very interesting statement. It's a lot of profound experiential statements. Actually, God cannot be seen. भगवत दर्शन किसी को होने नहीं वाला है। कैसे? क्यों हम कहते हैं कि भगवत दर्शन किसी को नहीं होने वाला है? क्योंकि भगवान ही एक देखने वाले हैं, उसको कौन देखेगा? और हम वो हैं। This is a simple thing. Atman is the only seer who can see the Atman. You are the Atman. Only we are not knowing it. यह पश्यति सर्वम, वो आत्मा सबको देखता है, लेकिन उसको देखने वाला कोई है ही नहीं, क्योंकि दूसरा कोई है ही नहीं ना। आत्मा से व्यतिरिक्त तो कुछ है ही नहीं। There is no second entity. So who can see the Atman? Actually, nobody sees the Atman. The ignorance about the Atman goes away. That's all. We are the Atman. Presently, we are not knowing it. That is the problem. Everywhere, everything boils down to this one thing: knowing and not knowing. आप जानते हो तो सारे समस्याओं का हल हो गया। जब तक नहीं जानते हो, तब तक हम मुश्किल में हैं। तो हम वह आत्म तत्व है जो कि सब कुछ देखता है, लेकिन इस आत्मा को देखने वाला कोई भी नहीं है, क्योंकि आत्मा से व्यतिरिक्त तो दूसरा कोई चीज है ही नहीं। ये बात वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट प्रिंसिपल। देयर इज नथिंग अपार्ट फ्रॉम गॉड. गॉड अलोन इज एग्जिस्टिंग. सो हु विल सी गॉड? So only in Vyavahara we say somebody has God realized, but actually you ask the God realized person, for him that statement is actually meaningless, because he has known his real nature. He knows who is knowing whom. It's like that. So yam pashyati swayam sarvam yam na pashyati kaschana yas chetayati buddhyadi. ये आत्मा ही है जो बुद्धि आदि सभी मन के वृत्तियों को प्रकाशित करता है। चेतयति मतलब इल्यूमिन। अच्छा, ये सारा विश्व प्रपंच किसके प्रकाश से प्रकाशित है? आपको लगता है ये सूर्य प्रकाश है? बृहदारण्यक उपनिषद में पूरा एक चैप्टर है, ज्योति ब्राह्मण कहते हैं, ज्योति ब्राह्मण, one of the finest portions of Bृहदारण्यक उपनिषद. And Shankaracharya's commentary is simply out of this world, masterly commentary. Everybody should read. Literally, it will illumine the mind. Literally, anyone who reads it and follows that line of discussion, your mind will be completely illumined. ज्योति ब्राह्मण कहते हैं. वहां प्रश्न ये है कि इस पूरे विश्व में कौन सा ज्योति है? ये सूरज ज्योति है, चंद्रमा ज्योति है, अग्नि ज्योति है, ये जो ट्यूबलाइट्स ये ज्योति है? कौन सा ज्योति है जिसके ज्योति में सब कुछ हमें दिखाई देता है? So if you follow that discussion, ultimately the conclusion क्या है? सब कुछ एक आत्म ज्योति के प्रकाश में ये सारा विश्व प्रपंच हमको दिखाई देता है. ज्योति प्रकाशित, सबको प्रकाशित करने वाला तो सच्चित आनंद आत्मा ही है. It is Atman which is illumining everything. It is Atman which is illumining everything. Yes, chetayati buddhyati. Chetayati means which illumines everything. There is no light anywhere. Everywhere it's darkness. This anatma is all dark, let me tell you. ये विश्व प्रपंच जो हमको दिखता है, it's all dark. It is the light of consciousness which makes it as if it is shining. This is all shining in the light of the Atman. It is reflecting the light of consciousness. That is why we are seeing everything shining here. But the shining is all borrowed shine. The real light is the light of the And it says, Yas chetayati buddhyati tat yam chetayatyayam. But nothing can illuminate. It illumines everything. Na tatra suryo bhati, na chandra tarakam, nema vidyuto bhanti, kuto yam agni. तमेव भान्तम अनुभाति सर्वम तस्य भाषा सर्वमिदं विभाति, उपनिषद कहती है। वहां पर ये सूर्य का प्रकाश नहीं पहुंच सकता, न चंद्रमा, नहीं विद्युत का प्रकाश वहां पहुंच सकता है। तमेव भान्तम अनुभाति सर्वम, उसी आत्म तत्व के प्रकाश से ये सब कुछ प्रकाशित है। ये सारा विश्व प्रपंच हम जो भी देखते हैं उस आत्म तत्व के प्रकाश से ये शरीर प्रकाशित है, उस आत्म तत्व के प्रकाश से मन प्रकाशित है, उस आत्म तत्व के प्रकाश से सारा ये अनात्म रूपी विश्व प्रपंच प्रकाशित है। और हम वो आत्मा है। वी आर दैट, वी आर नॉट दिस। दिस इज द डिस्कशन। यश्चेतयति बुद्ध्यादि न तद्यं चेतयत्ययम् येन विश्वमिदं व्याप्तं यं न व्याप्तो व्याप्नोति किंचन। अच्छा, येन विश्वमिदं व्याप्तं यं न व्याप्नोति किंचन अभारूपमिदं सर्वं यं भान्तमनुभात्ययम् येन विश्वमिदं व्याप्तं। ये आत्मा ही है जो पूरे इस अनात्म प्रपंच को व्याप्त। देखिए अभी दो चीजें आ गई हैं। एक तो है अनात्मा, ये अनात्मा ही ये विश्व प्रपंच है, ये मिथ्या है। मिथ्या का मतलब तो सतत बदल रहा है, which is continuously changing. You are not this, you are the unchanging witness. It is this unchanging witness which is pervading the entire anatma prapancha. येन विश्वमिदं व्याप्तं, विश्वम का मतलब पूरा अनात्मा। ये पूरा अनात्मा रूपी जो विश्व प्रपंच है, जिसमें शरीर भी आ गया, मन भी आ गया, बुद्धि भी आ गया, अहंकार भी आ गया, ये सब अनात्मा है। हम जब विश्व प्रपंच की बात कर रहे हैं तो उसमें शरीर, मन, बुद्धि, अहंकार सब कुछ आ गया। ये आत्म तत्व वो है जो सबको व्याप्त करती है, लेकिन जिसको कोई नहीं व्याप्त कर सकता। आत्मा सबको व्याप्त करती है, लेकिन आत्मा को कौन व्याप्त कर सकता है? कोई नहीं कर सकता। सो येन विश्वमिदं व्याप्तं यं न व्याप्नोति किंचन, बट देयर इज नथिंग टू परवेड दिस आत्मा। आभारूपमिदं सर्वं यं भान्तम अनुभात्ययम्। ये बिल्कुल मुंडक उपनिषद का ही ये अनुवाद है कि आभारूपम, दिस आत्मा इज लाइट, इट इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ लाइट। आभारूपम, इट इज लाइक ए लाइट। और यं भान्तम अनुभात्ययम्, जिसके प्रकाश से ये सब कुछ चमक रहा है। ये मुंडक उपनिषद का ही स्वामी विवेकानंद को ये सब वर्सेस बहुत प्रिय थे। These ideas you will find. Actually, all of you should read Swami Vivekananda to get all this clarity. We usually don't stress this point. You read Swami Vivekananda, you will understand. He will hammer these ideas in every page. This is the truth, this is the truth, this is the truth, this is the reality. And all these famous quotations from Upanishads and Shankaracharya, you will find continuously Shankaracharya being quoted by Swami Vivekananda in his all his lectures. Now we have seen what is anatma and we have seen what is atma. Everything that is changing, again to conclude this whole discussion, everything that is changing is anatma, and that which is unchanging is atma. And we are that. We are not this mortal, small psychophysical framework. We are that unchanging, immortal. Now, this very moment, whether we know it or not, that is the simple truth. Let us start our journey towards that. That is the meaning of spiritual life. Simply, that is the simple meaning of spiritual life. Now, I am reading certain verses here. Now we have seen question number 4, question number 5, and question number 6, and question number 7. Question number 4 was how to become free from this bondage. So what is the way to become free from bondage? Vairagya. First point, so beautiful and fitting. Without viraga, without this turning away, nothing happens. Sri Ramakrishna, does he speak anything apart from vairagya in Kathamrita? Tell me. Every page, it's all viraga, 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 without using those technical terms. He's only continuously asking us to, you know what, Sri Sri Ma says, you know what we have to pray to God. Nirvasan. Is it not? This nirvasan is sannyas. मन जब कामना शून्य होना है वही संन्यास है और कुछ नहीं है। निर्वासन मतलब मुझे संसार से कुछ नहीं चाहिए, इसी को संन्यास कहते हैं और कुछ नहीं है। You don't have to wear गेरुआ। प्रॉब्लम में हमको डर लगता है संन्यास शब्द से, अरे गेरुआ, घर छोड़ना है, कुछ भी छोड़ना नहीं है, घर गृहस्थी छोड़ना नहीं है, लेकिन ये संन्यास is a state of mind. Without that, no God realization can take place. A mind which is nirvasana, कामना शून्य, जिसमें संसार के सुख भोग के प्रति कामना नहीं है, हो गया बस हो गया, देख लिया, कुछ भी नहीं है, and you come to the conclusion that there is nothing in this, and you voluntarily give it up. That is the state of mind of sannyasa. This is indispensable. कोई विवाहित हो ना हो, या गेरवा पहनने की बात नहीं हो रही है. This state of mind is what is referred to as sannyasa. Everybody is talking about that. Is it not? Is there anything else in Kathamrut? Tell me. Anything else? See, it's very interesting. हम लोग जब ध्यान करते हैं, मैं अभी किसी को देख रहा था सवेरे बैठ के, एक आदमी यहाँ ध्यान कर, मेडिटेशन है संन्यास. How? What are you doing in meditation? Maybe for 5 minutes. What are you doing? You are shifting your whole attention. You are leaving this mithya samsara, and for a few minutes you are fixing your mind on where? This giving up is sannyasa. Every day we are doing it. Are we not doing it? Again, sannyas को गेरवा से आप कनेक्ट मत कीजिए. This is the problem. हमारे मन में एक confusion है. संन्यास का मतलब गेरवा है. Some people can do it. It's not meant for गेरवा धारी जो है वो कुछ लोगों के लिए है. सबको जरूरत नहीं है. लेकिन संन्यास एक मन की स्थिति है जहां पर हम मिथ्या जगत से मन को ऊपर उठा करके ईश्वर में जब हम लगाते हैं, वह छोड़ना जो है वो संन्यास ही है. Meditation is one of the finest demonstration of an act of sannyasa. Is it not? Acha, when you sit down for meditation, are you thinking about the world or are you thinking about God? Tell me. You are giving up the world, is it not? For the time being. Acha, is there anyone who is sitting for meditation and intensely thinking about the world? Anyone doing that? Please tell me. अच्छा, ध्यान के लिए बैठे हैं और पूरा विषय चिंतन कर रहे हैं, ऐसा होता है? नहीं, वो अलग बात है, लेकिन स्ट्राइविंग क्या है? स्ट्राइविंग क्या है? दैट इज द पॉइंट. वो कम्स, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग. वो क्यों आता है? क्योंकि हमने कभी किया नहीं है, वही करने के लिए बोल रहे हैं. उसको छोड़े बगैर कहां से ईश्वर दर्शन होने वाला, बताइए भैया, होगा? क्यों नहीं? वो क्यों बार बार आता है? क्योंकि हमने छोड़ा नहीं है उसको आज तक. अच्छा, संसार कहाँ है? मन में है. मन में हमने उसको, ये तो ठाकुर का उदाहरण देखिए, कहते हैं कि नाव को पानी में होना चाहिए, लेकिन पानी को नाव के अंदर नहीं होना चाहिए. आप संसार में रहिए, परिवार में रहिए, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन परिवार मन के अंदर नहीं होना चाहिए. पता है, ये जो हृदय जो है ना, हार्ट, ठाकुर बहुत सुंदर कहते हैं, अति सुंदर. In this heart, there should be nothing else but God and God. This heart is meant for God. It is a place meant for God. Now what we have done, we have filled it with all samsara. संसार इसके अंदर है, ये समस्या है. जब संसार शून्य होगा, मैं हृदय की बात कर रहा हूं, परिवार छोड़ के भागना नहीं है. Unless this heart becomes freed from all these diseases, do you think Bhagavad Darshan is going to be happen? It cannot happen. That is what is sannyasa. So every day when we are sitting for meditation, when you shift your attention from the mithya to the satyam, you are doing sannyasa, internal sannyasa. Is it not? Tell me. This giving up of one and holding on to the other is what is sannyasa. Every day we are doing it in some form or the other. That is spiritual practice. So don't associate this idea of sannyasa with geruva. It is a internal development of the mind, where we voluntarily come to the conclusion. जैसे कि मुंडक उपनिषद में बता दिया ना, परीक्ष लोकान कर्मचिता ब्राह्मणो निर्वेदमाय. नास्ति अकृत कृतेन तद विज्ञानार्थम गुरुमेवाभिगच्छेत् श्रमित पाणि श्रोत्रियम ब्रह्मनिष्ठ। क्या मतलब है? सब देख लिया, इस जगत को देख लिया, कुछ भी नहीं है। कुछ है इसमें? कुछ है? कोई कहेगा नहीं स्वामी जी क्या बोल रहे हैं, इसमें तो बहुत मजा है। तो जाइए कीजिए मजा। Nobody is stopping you. Vedanta is not stopping you. It's your go by consequences. I always say. आप इसमें डूब के देखिए, कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस देखिए क्या होता है, और इससे ऊपर उठ के देखिए कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस क्या है। गो बाय कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस। नथिंग इज बीइंग फोर्स्ड। व्हाई आर वी अफ्रेड अबाउट गिविंग अप? यू डोंट गिव अप। Dive into this ocean of the sensory pleasures and see what is the consequences. See for yourself, and you raise yourself above it and see the consequences. Now, which one is better? You choose. We will be happily doing it. इसके लिए कहीं घर गृहस्थी छोड़ना नहीं है। Somebody asked this one question. I'll just touch upon that very important point. मैं कहता हूँ रिलेशनशिप समस्या है क्या? समस्या नहीं है। अच्छा, पैसा समस्या है क्या? पैसा समस्या नहीं है। याद रख लीजिए। You should have money. Who says that you should not have money? Another big problem. Immediately we come to this some conclusions. अच्छा, अभी किसने प्रश्न किया? हम लोग गृहस्थ हैं तो क्या काम और कांचन का त्याग बोल दिया तो फिर क्या हम कल से हम सब पैसा छोड़ दें क्या? ऐसा मत कीजिए। Money is not the problem. Relationships are not the problem. What is the problem? Attachment. Attachment, sense of ownership, sense of possessiveness. कि ये मेरा है. Any number of householders I know personally who are super rich people, personally they live the simplest and most modest life, but they use their money for the good of others. Any problem? What is the problem in having money? Let it have it. I always say you should be rich, you should be super rich. Money itself is not the problem. It is the attachment. Money used for only self-gratification is the misuse of money. Money is needed to lead a decent and dignified life. Who says no? To lead a basic, decent and dignified life, everybody should have money. And householders should become rich. It is in the Shastras. Mahanirvana Tantra says a householder who is a poor person, he has not done his role properly. Mahanirvana Tantra says that householder should be a rich person. But what do you mean by richness? All for selfish gratification? No. The money should be used for the good of others. No attachment. I personally know any number of such rich householders. Householders I'm talking about, leading beautiful life. Absolutely no sense of me and mine. They are super rich, doing big businesses, but personally leading a very simple and humble life, completely given to God, using their property and everything only for the good of others. This is the beautiful way to handle money. But Pujyapat Ranganathan Ji Maharaj, you all know the 13th president, who is one of the great monks of the order. Once he was asked this question, Swamiji, now see, अच्छा आप लोग संसार की बात कर रहे हो, मैं अक्सर बोलता हूँ आप लोगों से भी ज्यादा संसारी तो हम लोग हैं। आप एक घर गृहस्थी चलाते हो, रामकृष्ण मिशन के जो साधु लोग हैं क्या क्या नहीं चलाते हैं। आपसे तो ज्यादा संसारी, अगर हम संसार की बात करें, वी आर मोर इन्वॉल्व इन द संसार देन यू पीपल। You just run a school and see. You run a hospital and see the kind of involvement it demands. You are just involved in one small house. We are involved into huge, the whole world itself. World is not a problem, again I'm telling you. Samsara is not the problem. Relatives are not the problem. Money is not the problem. Problem is what? You can handle everything perfectly detached. That is the art. That is the whole of Bhagavad Gita's art of living, which Sri Krishna so beautifully teaches. That's why Sri Krishna's Bhagavad Gita is referred to as Anasakti Yoga. It is a book which teaches us what? Anasakti. So what is the ultimate philosophy which I told yesterday? Chipakna mana hai. सख्त मना है, चिपकना मना है. This is the ultimate. If you can just squeeze everything, you know. ये आप इसको लिख के रख लीजिए, अपने घरों के दरवाजे पे लिख के रख लीजिए, so that every day you remember. You can be with everybody, you can have money, you can be with the relatives, but चिपकना सख्त मना है. Sticking is strictly prohibited. Don't stick. Ladies know better. Non-stick pants होता है ना, होता है कि उसमें कुछ भी डालिए आप, कुछ भी वहाँ पर स्टिक नहीं होता. That is the art of living. You are with everybody. You are with the relatives. You are with money, but you are absolutely not sticking to anything, because you are new. You know that nothing belongs to us. Everything will go away. Anyway, this is the intelligent way of handling our samsara. This is what Sri Ramakrishna says. The boat should be in the water, but the water should not be in the boat. So is money problem? You should have money. I would say you have more money, no problem. But see, the thing is, giving up kanchan means what, you know? Giving up greed. Kanchan literally, it's not money, it is lust and greed. लोभ नहीं होना चाहिए. इस मिथ्या जगत के प्रति लोभ नहीं होना चाहिए. और काम तो है ही, डेफिनेटली लस्ट शुड बी अवॉइड. लेकिन लस्ट का भी एक प्लेस है. एवरीथिंग, सी वैदिक सनातन धर्म इज सो ब्यूटीफुल. It doesn't say that kama should not be enjoyed. Who says? In samsara, in a married life, that has got its very legitimate place. But to remain drowned in it throughout the whole life is a big mistake. There should come a time when, that is what Sri Ramakrishna beautifully says, after 1 or 2 children, then we should learn to be about it. So beautiful. So everything has got its healthy place, even kama. Kama has got its very healthy role in society. It's a beautiful way of understanding all the dynamics of life. But to remain drowned in that throughout the life will be very unfortunate. As long as we are drowned in that, this God realization is never going to come. That's why Sri Ramakrishna very emphatically, he squeezes everything in these 2 words, kama and kanchan. Lust and greed. Greed should not be there. लोभ नहीं होना चाहिए. That's it. तो फिर क्या, अब पैसा समस्या है क्या? अच्छा, रघुनाथन जी महाराज की बात मैं बोल रहा था. रघुनाथन जी महाराज से किसी ने ये प्रश्न किया कि महाराज हम लोग तो सन्यासी हैं, and sannyasi is not supposed to keep money, and we are every day handling lakhs and lakhs and crores of rupees. How is it obviously कैसा है? So Raghunathan ji Maharaj gave a very beautiful answer. He says, you see, and he was telling about himself. He said, you see, this is it. Look at my hands. Crores and crores of money has come. And the crores of money goes for the good of others. Nothing sticks to this palm. This is how we have to handle money. Money is not the problem. It should not stick anywhere. We use money, but not for personal self-gratification. That money is used for the good of others. This also should be the philosophy of every household. You should be rich. I especially tell the youngsters, you know, earn money, no problem. But don't be greedy about it. True legitimate means, on the path of dharma, satyam, you earn money. And whatever money comes, you lead a simple life personally, not for personal self-gratification, but using that money for excess money, whatever you have to keep it for the good of others. So is money a problem? हो गया समाधान? So relationships are not a problem. Money is also not a problem. Problem is attachment. That is it. It is attachment which makes us bound to this mithya dimension. This is a universal teaching. Sri Ramakrishna keeps on saying, be detached. Samsara ki kore thakte hobe, bodo badi dashir moto, pakal machir moto. Pakal mach. What is this pakal mach? That pakal mach fish. It remains in that dirty water. Actually, it's actually mud. It's a dirt. See, it is a beautiful comparison. Samsara is like that. It's mud. Actually, this is like mud. That's the comparison. This is a mithya dimension. It is like a mud, and we are inside. But we have to be in like that fish, in which nothing sticks to the fish. That principle of non-sticking, non-attachment, it is a very important thing to be learned by everybody. That is the art of living, actually speaking. जीने की कला, इसको कहते हैं जीने की कला. जो ये जान लिया ना, that person can be with everybody and at the same time he is with nobody. That person is with everybody. He is deeply involved in everything. At the same time, he is with nobody. He is only with God. What a wonderful thing it is. Certain more things have to be clarified. Doesn't matter. This is the last session. But whatever, there are more verses now. But certain things before I close the session have to be addressed. Otherwise, we go back with some misunderstanding. Because all these things, we have some wrong ideas. One of the wrong ideas which we have about sannyasa, which I have referred to. Sannyasa is not a question of wearing gear, but sannyasa is a great quality of the mind where we have to voluntarily give up this tendency for what? Common desires. A state of, a time should come in life when we voluntarily, we don't want anything from this world. That state of mind is a sannyasi's mind. What is a sannyasi's mind? I have given up, I have given up, I have given up. I don't want anything from this pleasure. Personally, from a personal, I don't want anything. Because I am seeing it is empty, there's nothing on this side. The real stuff is somewhere else. So I voluntarily give up. So I put on. Some people can put on gerva, that's a different thing. Everybody doesn't have to do it. No, that is not needed. But that state of mind in which we have an attitude, no, I don't want anything. And my only concern is God. This is a sannyasa state of mind. This should come. This is a precondition for God realization. Without this, no God realization is possible. As long as you are drowned in the mithya dimension, where is the question of Ishwara Gyan? हो सकता है क्या? किसी को हुआ है आज तक? It is not possible. So this point should be very clear. Secondly, now about this detachment factor, let me put some light on that also. अब detachment का मतलब क्या कहता है? बहुत लोग immediately will jump to some wrong conclusions. अरे ठाकुर ने बोल दिया डिटैच हो, शंकराचार्य ने बोल दिया डिटैच, नॉन अटैचमेंट. Whole of Bhagavad Gita is sangam tyaktva karoti. How many times the word comes there? Sangam tyaktva. Hey Arjun, fight the battle, but without attachment. See, this beautiful yuddha kar. Hey Arjun, means deeply involved, but have no attachment. Now, what do you mean by this non-attachment? There are some dangers about this term. It's a very dangerous thing. Usually, when we talk about non-attachment, the problem is immediately we conclude that non-attachment means I'm not going to be involved in anything. No, detached. Swami ji ने कह दिया detached होना है. तो घर में कोई बीमार है? No, I am detached. I won't do anything. घर में माता पिता बीमार हैं? No, मैं detached हूँ, मैं कुछ नहीं करूँगा. मैं मुंह फेर के चला जाता हूँ. This is not detachment. Swami Vivekananda says this is a mental disease. This is not a spiritual quality. Detachment doesn't mean that you are going to be unconcerned. Please note it down. In the name of detachment, often we think that we become insensitive, unconcerned, apathetic. Apathetic is a state of mind when we are not concerned about this. We don't want to be involved into anything. Am I detached? I won't be involved in anything. This is not detachment. This is a diseased state of mind. So what is detachment? There are another side to it. Achha, in that case, you have to be involved. Now, involvement doesn't mean that you have to become attached. If you understand the subtle difference between these two things, detachment doesn't mean that you're not going to be involved in your affairs around you. Once again, I repeat. Detachment doesn't mean that you're not going to be involved with the developments around you in your family matters. And involvement doesn't mean that you have to become attached. You understand the difference? The secret, what is the secret? You have to be deeply involved and concerned about everybody's welfare and at the same time remain absolutely not attached. If anyone has understood this, he has understood the art of living. Please note it down this point. You have to be deeply concerned and involved with everything. घर में कुछ हो रहा है, कोई बीमार है, you're deeply concerned. Detachment is not a stone-hearted state. That person is deeply concerned, compassionate, sympathetic to everything. His family members. He takes care of everybody. But at the same time, he's perfectly detached. Can we be like that? Yes, we can be like that. It comes by practice. It won't come in one day. Usually, what happens in the name of involvement, we become attached. That is the problem. There's a one beautiful story about it. Should I tell that story? We have 10 more minutes. I'm not going ahead with this. There are so many shlokas out there, there's not much time. To understand this problem of attachment. So I hope, did you catch the subtle part? Attachment, detachment. Detachment का नहीं मिला Detachment का मतलब नहीं है कि आप unconcerned. आपके घर में कोई बीमार है. अरे मैं detached हूँ, I won't be concerned about it. It doesn't mean unconcerned. It doesn't mean insensitiveness. समझ रहे हैं? It doesn't mean that you're not going to involve in your family matters. You have to involve. Is it not? Everybody, every householder has to be involved in all family matters. See, there is no question of running away. Again, मैं बोल रहा हूँ, संन्यास का मतलब भागना नहीं है. It's all the play of mind. Internal sannyasa should be there. That is the art of living. So you are involved with everybody. At the same time, involvement doesn't mean that you become attached. Usually when we become involved with other persons, we become attached. Is it not? I will tell you a story actually. Then it will become slightly more clear. देखिए, ये सब धारणा करना कितना कठिन है. Very simple matters. तो हम लोग सब जानते हैं राजा भरत की कहानी. राजा भरत ने क्या किया? He was a great king of a kingdom. And when his children grew up, see, this was the way of life in our country. Vanaprastha. Chaturashram hai na? Brahmacharyashram, Grihasthashram, Vanaprastha, sannyasa. So beautiful. Everywhere, see, it's a scheme of life in which every person is supposed to practice giving up gradually in a graded manner. But giving up is the very principle of human life. गृहस्थाश्रम हो गया, एक दो बच्चे हो गए, enough. अब next step क्या है? Enough, हो गया. So see, what Sri Ramakrishna is saying is just he is asking to practice Vanaprastha in the house itself. Is it not? Giving up. Without giving up, कहाँ से आने वाला है मोक्ष और ईश्वर प्राप्ति? And this has to be done in the house itself. So this Bharat, he was a king. After having his kids बच्चे बड़े हो गए. So now he handovers his entire kingdom to his children. And he walks into the forest. Just imagine what guts people had. Swami Vivekananda says that was this great culture, the Vedic Hindu culture of this land, which is based upon the principle of renunciation. So Swami Vivekananda says this great king, he just walks into the forest one day, leaving his palace. One who lived in the most palace, most comfortable palaces, ate in golden plates and spoons. Now he leaves everything and he just walks into the forest. Just imagine like this. With just one piece of cloth. See, what spirit of detachment and renunciation. Because why? Why this? Jagat Mithya. You understand spirituality? Why do we give up and go away? After all this Jagat, let us understand the central principle. This Prapancha which we are seeing, it is not Satyam, it is Mithya. So we are in search of Satyam. So Bharat उसको छोड़ करके चले जाते हैं, जंगल में जाते हैं, वहाँ पर अपने ही हाथों से कुटिया बनाते हैं. So ये जो राजा जो एक बार महलों में रहता था, अब अपने ही हाथों से बनाए हुए एक कुटिया में अब रहने लग गया. मिट्टी से बनाया हुआ कुटिया, वहाँ पर रहता है और अब सिर्फ फल खाता है, दूध पीता है, बस उसी से अपना गुजारा कर रहा है. Just imagine, like that he is living. And now his whole day is practicing this Atma, Anatma, Vivechana. My Atma, my Yeni, my Atma, my Yeni. He's practicing that. Okay, see, this is ultimate thing. So in this way, when he was meditating one day, several months have gone by. Now he's staying in the forest, and वहाँ पर एक दिन उसके कुटिया के बिल्कुल बगल में ही नदी था. There was a river. So he was sitting on the bank of the river and he was meditating. And when he was meditating, suddenly he opened his eyes and he saw there was one deer, not deer, the baby of a deer, a newborn baby deer. जिसको हम लोग इंग्लिश में fawn कहते हैं, fawn. अंग्रेजी में क्या कहेंगे, हिंदी में क्या कहेंगे? एक हिरण का बच्चा, नवजात, मृगशावक, उतना कठिन बोलने से कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा. तो एक हिरण का जो एक बच्चा, एक नवजात शिशु बच्चा, अभी शायद उसकी माँ मर गई थी, और वो जो छोटा सा जो हिरण जो है, वो नदी के प्रवाह में बह रहा था. तो जब भरत ने उसको देखा, छोटा सा बच्चा, वो अब struggling to, and it is going to drown. Seeing that, Bharat immediately jumps into the water, saves that deer, brings that deer to अपने कुटिया में ले आते हैं, brings that deer in its कुटिया, and he saves the deer. उस हिरण को बचा देते हैं, उसको थोड़ा दूध पिलाते हैं, और वो छोटा सा बच्चा बच जाता है. अब उसकी माँ तो मर गई, अब तो इसको देखने वाला और कोई नहीं है, तो इस बच्चे को कैसे छोड़ें इसको? तो उस बच्चे को अब ये भरत अब पालना शुरू कर दिया. देखिए, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. स्वामी विवेकानंद gives this story very beautifully in his complete works of time. अब भरत इस हिरण के बच्चे को पाल रहा है, हर रोज उसको दूध पिलाता है, उसको बहुत देखभाल करता है. ऐसे करते 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 अब ये हिरण धीरे धीरे बड़ा हो रहा है, और इन दोनों के बीच में अब एक लगाव होने लग गया है. एक डीप लगाव होने लग गया है. डीप लगाव का मतलब क्या है? अब यह जो भरत जिसने अपना सारा राज्य को त्याग दिया, अब छोटे से एक हिरण के बच्चे से आसक्त हो गया. वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी. अब जब भी ये हिरण का बच्चा जंगल में जाता था, तो भरत बहुत ही विचलित हो जाता था, चिंतित हो जाता था कि हिरण कहाँ गया, पता नहीं, कोई जानवर उसको मार देगा, वो जीवित रहेगा नहीं रहेगा. जब भी हिरण जंगल में जाता था, तो भरत, अब उसका मन भगवान में नहीं है, अब 24 घंटा उसका मन कहाँ है? अटैचमेंट. देख लीजिए, इट्स वेरी सिग्निफिकेंट. दिस इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट हैपेंस इन ह्यूमन लाइफ. To be involved doesn't mean that you have to be attached. You can be involved, but is there a way in which you are involved with everything and you are perfectly not attached? That is the art of living. The whole story tells us that. All of Bhagavad Gita is that. अब इस प्रकार ये भरत जो है, अब उसका भगवत चिंतन जो है चला गया. अब दिन रात हिरण चिंतन कर रहा है. हिरण कहाँ गया, हिरण को क्या हो गया, हिरण को क्या हो गया, यही चिंतन कर रहा है. देखिए, अब ये भगवत चिंतन संभव है क्या जब तक अटैचमेंट है? इट्स अ ग्रेट मार्वेलस. जब तक हमारा मन आसक्त है संसार से, भगवत प्रेम और ज्ञान नहीं आ सकता, नहीं आता. लेट अस मेक दिस पॉइंट वेरी क्लियर. Let us not make excuses saying that हम गृहस्थ हैं. We are human beings. It's a human problem. It's a human psychological problem. We are suffering from certain ailments. These ailments have to be addressed. तो भरत इस प्रकार दिन भर हिरण चिंतन कर रहा है. करते करते अब ये हिरण जो है बड़ा हो गया है. आप देखेंगे हिरण कितना सुंदर है. हिरण ऐसा एक प्राणी है, तो देखो तो अत्यधिक कोई भी मोहित हो जाएगा. आप हिरण की आंखों में आग डाल के देखिए, आप एकदम मोहित हो जाएंगे. इतना सुंदर एक प्राणी है. ऐसा देखते देखते हिरण बड़ा हो गया, भरत बूढ़ा हो गया. भरत का अंतिम क्षण आ गया. His final moment. He is going to die now. Bharat is on the deathbed. Just imagine Bharat, the big king of a great kingdom, who had the guts of giving up everything. He had now become deeply attached to this deer. And at the deathbed now, Bharat is looking at the deer, and the deer is standing close by. The story is that deer is just standing close to Bharat, who is in the deathbed. And the deer is looking at Bharat. Bharat is looking into the deer's eye. Both are looking at each other. Bharat is thinking, what will happen to my deer after I go away? This all of us suffer from this. मेरे जाने के बाद मेरे बच्चों का क्या होगा? हम समझते हैं जैसे कि हमारे बगैर यहाँ कुछ भी चलने वाला नहीं है. We have such a false sense of self-importance that without me nothing is going to happen. Let us remember, we are not needed here. हमारे बगैर सब चीजें यहाँ पर बहुत अच्छी तरह से चलेगी, कुछ भी फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. Swami Vivekananda says in this Karma. So now Bharat is thinking, okay, what will happen to my deer after I go away? And the deer is also shedding tears, okay? Deer is also deeply attached to Bharat. Deer is also saying that my master is on the deathbed, now he is going to die. So deer is also shedding tears, Bharat is also shedding tears, both of them looking at each other in that state of mind. Bharat dies. Now according to the principle of law of karma, at the last moment, what is the dominating thought in the mind of that person? That determines your next birth. See, very important things. ये ऐसा नहीं है ये. आपको मृत्यु के समय में, अंतिम काल में अगर भगवत चिंतन होना हो तो सारा जीवन उसका अभ्यास करना पड़ता है. Otherwise it won't come. It won't come. Now Bharat, he passed away with the thought of deer. And he was born in a deer's body. See, the consequence of attachment, what happens? Because he got attached to this small creature, the consequence was that what? He was born in a deer's body. Now, because of whatever it is, this was a... Now, in that deer's body, Bharat remembers everything of the past life. In the deer's body, it is Bharat. Now, who is in the deer's body? भरत अब उस हिरण के शरीर में है, लेकिन हिरण के शरीर में रहते हुए भी उसको सब कुछ उसको स्मरण है कि पिछले जन्म में क्या हुआ था. ये ऐसे सबके साथ नहीं होता है, लेकिन कुछ साधकों के साथ होता है. Those who are good sadhakas in a certain life, but owing to some mistake, if they are reborn, they may remember that past life. This is called Jati Smara. In our Shastras, this is called Jati Smara. Those who have been serious sadhakas, owing to some reason, in that life they could not complete their sadhana. तो पुनर्जन्म हो गया, लेकिन उस जन्म में वो अपने पिछले जन्म का स्मरण को रहता है. So Bharat now was a Jati Smara. So in the deer's body, the Bharat remembered everything what he had done in this past life, and he was repenting now. अरे मैंने क्या कर दिया? I left everything for the sake of God, but then on the way I got attached to this deer, and see now what is my fate. Now, if you remember what we studied in this Vivek Chudamani, Jantuna Narajanma Durlabham, is it not? Human body दुर्लभ है, क्योंकि ह्यूमन बॉडी में ही साधना संभव है, किसी अन्य प्राणी के शरीर में यह साधना संभव नहीं है. In that deer's body, Bharat cannot do sadhana. So Bharat has to wait till this deer's body again dies. So what Bharat used to do, Bharat used to spend, Bharat means in the deer's body, Bharat in the deer's body, that deer would spend most of the time in some ashramas. Ashrama where sadhus are sitting and discussing about God, talking about God. He would be sitting there and listening to all those talks. Because outwardly he is a deer, but inside it is all actually Bharat. He is enjoying the talk of God's talk. Like that, he spent the whole of his life in the deer's body, and finally he died. The deer's body also died. See, everything goes away. Again, what is the principle? Here everything will go away. You cannot hold on this body, that body, how many bodies we have had in the past. This also will go away. This is all anityam, this is all nitya. So then again this Bharat is born in a Brahmana Sharira, in a good family. Now in that family, in a human body, Bharat again he remembers his past. Now in that human body, now Bharat is very alert that he doesn't want to get attached to anything. Because he had seen the consequences of attachment, what attachment does. So now this Bharat, in that human body, doesn't open his mouth. The child has grown up 3-4 साल हो गया, 5 साल हो गया, 5-6 years old. Usually 5-6 year old children should talk, but Bharat never opened his mouth. So his parents felt that he is an idiot or maybe a mentally retarded child. They thought that he is a mentally retarded child, but actually he is not mentally retarded. He is a Purna Jnani. Bharat in that body, he is a Purna Jnani. He is not, but he is not opening his mouth because he doesn't want to get attached to anything. Like that, his family members think that Bharat is a mentally retarded boy, he is an idiot. So now that parents die, uske mata pita mar jate hain. And Bharat in that body, he had 2 brothers. And the 2 brothers, they grew up and the brothers married. And the brothers' wives. Now usually what happens in family, the brothers' wives started ill-treating Bharat. Because Bharat is a stupid-like person. किसी से बात नहीं करता है. So they started ill-treating him, insulting him, humiliating him. They would make him do all kinds of household work. And in this way, but Bharat would not open his mouth. He would be doing everything silently. But one day, his brother's wives insult him so badly that Bharat feels very bad and Bharat leaves everything and he goes away to the forest. So in the forest he was sitting under a tree. Just then, the local king who was coming in a palanquin. To carry a palanquin, you need 4 people, is it not? To carry a palanquin, you need 4 people. आपको अगर एक पालकी उठाना हो, तो आपको 4 लोगों की जरूरत है. So one of the 4th person was sick. So they were looking for one person who can come and pick up the palanquin. So they were looking here and there. They found that this Bharat, a young man, Bharat is now a young man, very stout, very strong young man. So this Bharat was sitting under a tree. So they said, hey, chalo, you come and help. Raja is going, we have to take him. Bharat immediately he came and he took the palanquin and others also. And they started moving. But Bharat would not simply straightly walk. He would be jumping and hopping. Why he would be jumping and hopping? So suppose while carrying a palanquin, if one person jumps, what will be the condition of the person who is sitting inside the palanquin? अंदर जो बैठा होगा उसका क्या हाल होगा? अगर एक आदमी कूदता है तो अंदर बैठने वाले की क्या दशा होगी? सो अंदर बैठा हुआ जो राजा है उसको गुस्सा आ जाता है, वो चिल्लाता है, ये कौन है ये क्या करता है, इसको क्या सीधा चलना नहीं आता क्या? और जब डांट देता है और पूछता है तू कौन है? So that is the first time in that story, Mahabharata story comes, where he opens his mouth. The question was, tu kaun hai? Who are you? And from his mouth, the greatest teachings of Vedanta come out. Who am I? I am that Atman, unchanging, immortal, nitya, shuddha, buddha, mukta, svabhava. See, actually he was a realized soul. Because of his sadhana done in the earlier lives, already he had almost reached the culmination of his spiritual practices. But owing to one small mistake, he was born in a deer's body, then again he was born in another human body, and that human body he was behaving like an idiot. That's why he was known as Jada Bharata. This is the famous story of Jada, because he was behaving as if he was Jada. Now, so much for the story. Now, what is that we have to learn? Swami Vivekananda says, I asked this question. When Bharat was sitting at the bank of the river and he saw this deer floating in the river, he immediately jumped to save it. Was his action right or wrong? Tell me. Absolutely right. If he had not done that in the name of detachment, he is a useless guy. No, मैं detached हूँ. नहीं, मैं detached हूँ. मैं अनासक्त हूँ. अनासक्ति का ये मतलब नहीं है कि you become unconcerned about something happening around you. You understand? If he had not jumped into the water to save that deer, he is a brute, Swamiji says. He is not even a human being. So detachment doesn't mean that you are insensitive to what is happening around you. So was it action, his action of saving the deer, right or wrong? It was absolutely right. But where did he commit the mistake? He brought the deer to his house. He reared up. उसने उस डियर को बचाया, उस डियर का पालन पोषण किया. क्या वो गलत था? क्या गलत नहीं था? But in the process, he got attached. That was the mistake. He could have done everything without getting attached. That is the art of living, Swamiji says. Do everything. अपने घर गृहस्थी में जो भी है सबका ख्याल रखिए, सबका सेवा कीजिए, but do not identify anything with anybody. Keep yourself absolutely free. How do you do that? The way to do is, let me simplify the whole thing. You should see, either you can see your son, daughter, husband, wife. These are the things usually with which we get attached, is it not? Instead of seeing the son or daughter or husband and wife, you should see God in that son. See God in the husband. See God in the wife. And whatever you are doing to the son, you do it as a worship to the God. When you practice this, you will remain unattached. You do everything for your so-called family members, but you know that this will all go away. ये आज है, कल नहीं रहेगा. But whom are you actually doing these things for? You are actually doing this for God. You can bring your Ishta there. The most simplest way of practicing it, if you just look into Sri Ramakrishna's way of presentation, the most simplest way is you should begin to see, not see this person or that person. You should be seeing the Ishta in everywhere. Everywhere your Ishta is in so many forms. There is no wife, it is God in a certain form. There is no husband, it is God in a certain form. There is no son, it is God in a certain form. There is no daughter, it is a God in a certain form. Now, whatever you do with this attitude, it will be the worship of God. This is how you have to spiritualize, and you don't do anything for your selfish gratification. This is how we remain detached even while doing everything. This is what Sri Ramakrishna says, Bado Badir Dasir Moto. That Bado Badir Dasi is doing everything in the house. She is deeply involved, is it not? She is deeply involved with everything. At the same time, she knows nothing belongs to me here. Her heart is in God alone. This is the art of living. I think this much is clear. In the afternoon session, if you have any questions, we can take it up. These are the simple things, where we have some confusion about money and relationships. So Tyaga doesn't mean that you're going to abandon your relatives and go anywhere. No, that's not the point. It is an internal spirit to keep the mind without any selfish desires and motives as much as possible. Again, I'm telling you, this is not going to happen in one day. एक दिन में नहीं होता है, और उसी को तो साधना कहते हैं ना. What do you mean by sadhana? If your heart becomes completely free from desires, you will realize God here itself. That is Siddha Avastha. But Sadhak's Avastha is the Avastha of struggle. So the struggle will go on. The struggle's direction kya hai? This is the direction in which the struggle should go on. Constantly striving to do actions selflessly, without selfish desires, and above, to see that the mind is more and more free from kamanas and vasanas. That is the secret. Without that, that is what is actually virag, vivek and vairagya, what I read in the morning. Vivek vairagya thakle, samsare thekeu, Ishwar labh, obey. Vivek vairagya na thakle, apni jangale thakle, obey na. You understand? विवेक वैराग्य ना थाकले अपने हिमालय पर्वतेर ऊपरे चले जान, किच्छु होबे ना. This is the simple siddhanta. The secret is, as long as we don't turn away from the mithya, and this turning away is essentially an internal state of the mind, where I know this is futile, there is nothing on this side. Pariksha lokan dharmachitan. Pariksha, you have examined everything. You see, this is empty. Nothing is there. Just like a dream which is going on. I want God and God alone. This beautiful state of mind. Tell me, can we not cultivate it in the family itself? Is it not possible? It should be. It should become possible. This is the direction in which we have to strive. This is what Sri Ramakrishna has been teaching in his gospel. to spiritualize our everyday life by bringing God into everything. This is the attitude. So let's do it. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. So we meet at 3 o'clock or 3:30, Madhu? 3.